another narrated video, and this is pictures of the project I did a few years back where I took my 820 that had a Golf piston in it and brought it to a 920 and then modified the cylinder to match 930 specifications on the transfer ports. So pulled off the 820 top end, and this is what it looked like. That Golf piston actually did quite well. I had milled with this thing. I was milling planks for my barn, so it had some severe use, and I have to give a plug to that Golf piston because it had no problem. This is looking at the cases. You can see those windows. When I was going to grind the cylinder, I wanted to match those windows. You can see a stock 920 cylinder on the left and a 930 on the right that had been modified with an end mill. So that was what I was shooting for, is that modification of opening up those transfers. You can see the highlights where it came off the cases and left those highlights there. I wanted to grind to match those highlights. Didn't see a point in going past that. So what I did is I set it in some blocks and a vise, took a die grinder and made a whole bunch of chips. And again, I didn't go past the highlighted area where it had made it up against the cases. And yeah, not exactly what Jonsered did, but my interpretation of it. This is what it looked like when I was done. I also cleaned up the exhaust. I also cleaned up the intake and dropped it about 60 thousandths. Not going to get into why in this video, but just something I did on that particular cylinder. You can see my modified cylinder on the left, a stock 820 on the right. That's the Golf one that came off. You also can see how good a shape that Golf piston was in after that severe duty. Again, another picture. I had the option of putting in an Episand piston. I chose to put a thin ring stock piston in there. Maybe not the best choice, but it's what I did because I had one. Here's some options. After I did that, I did a muffler mod. As you can see, put it all back together and have been running it quite successfully ever since. Notice you have two different pull start types. Just want to point that out. You have the plastic and the metal, and you have to match the internal plastic to the pull start.
Remember this log?